أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان and help one another in goodness and piety and do not help one another in sin and aggression. Surah Ma'idah verse 2. Salawat. Assalamu alaikum. In the Holy Quran, in Surah Ma'idah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains to us that we should help each other with good deeds but not with bad deeds. Let's see what this means. As we all know, Islam is a religion of peace, love, kindness and giving. It is not a selfish religion. It is a religion of sharing and caring. Allah orders Muslims to help each other in goodness and piety. For a Muslim believer, when he does this, it is not for worldly things, but for Allah. The duty of a person towards another person is that they should direct them towards the worship of Allah and obedience to Him, because in this lies the ultimate success and happiness. There are a lot of ways in which we can help others. The Ahlul Bayt have showed us so many examples in their lives. Helping others doesn't mean just giving money, but also giving them our time, teaching them, or giving them advice, helping them wherever we can help for the sake of Allah. Our sixth Imam, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, has said, fulfilling the need of a mu'min brother is better than freeing 1,000 slaves and giving 1,000 horses for jihad in the path of God. Despite all the rewards and benefits, it is the whisperings of shaitan and the attachment to this world which prevents us from helping others. Salawat. Our fourth Imam's life was spent helping all the people in Medina. He was seen going during the darkness of the night with a sack full of bread for the hungry people in the city. They never knew the identity of this person. It is only after his death they realized the identity of the man. Islam has put a lot of emphasis on doing good and staying away from the evil in the society. The Holy Prophet has given a beautiful example of the sinking boat. Imagine there are people traveling in a boat. If one passenger starts to drill a hole where he is sitting, what will be the reaction of the rest? What if he says, "Mind your own business. I am drilling a hole at my own place, and who are you to stop me?" Everyone will try and stop him, saying that when the water enters the boat, it will not only drown you, but the boat will also sink. Similarly, when we see something wrong happening in the community or Islamic society, it is wajib to confront it and stop it. Otherwise, we all will be answerable to Almighty Allah. We want to be good Muslims and help our friends in doing good. Example, praying, fasting, reciting Quran, learning about our religion, attending majalises, giving charity and having good manners. As good Muslims, we should stop them from doing bad deeds. Example, listening to music, lying, backbiting, rudeness and cheating. Our Imam watches each and every action of ours. Every week he gets our book of deeds. Do we want our Imam to cry at seeing our bad deeds, or do we want him to be proud and happy of us seeing our good deeds? We definitely want our Imam to be happy with us seeing all our good deeds. The Ahlul Bayt are like the shining stars who show us how to be good Muslims. We must follow them in our lives and tell others to follow them too. Salawat. Today we will talk about a young, beautiful, shining star. She was a 4-year-old girl who was loved by all. She enjoyed reciting Quran and never missed her prayers. Bibi Sakina was Imam Hussein's most beloved child. Our third Imam used to pray for a daughter in the Masjid, and the birth of Bibi Sakina was as a result of that. The title Sakina was given to this young girl due to the fact that she used to bring tranquility to the heart of her father. The Arabic word Sakina means tranquility and peace. Our Imam was often heard saying, "A house without Sakina would not be worth living in." She always had a sweet and cheerful smile and a very friendly nature. Other children enjoyed her company as much as the grown-ups did. She was very generous and always shared whatever she had with others. There was a special bond between Hazrat Abbas and Bibi Sakina. He loved her more than he loved his own children. If Sakina requested for anything, Hazrat Abbas would not rest until he had satisfied her request. There was nothing that Hazrat Abbas would not do to make Sakina happy. During the journey from Medina to Mecca and then Mecca to Karbala, Hazrat Abbas was often seen riding up to the mehmel in which Sakina sat in to make sure that she had everything she wanted. Sakina loved her uncle just as much. While in Medina, she would several times a day visit the house which Hazrat Abbas lived in. Like any other 4-year-old girl, once Sakina went to bed, at night, she wanted to spend some time with her father. Imam Husayn would tell her stories of the prophets of the battles fought by her grandfather Imam Ali. She would rest her head on her father's chest, and Imam Husayn would not move until she fell asleep. When from the second Muharram, the armies of Yazid began to gather at Karbala, Imam Husayn said to his sister Bibi Zainab, "The time has come for you to get Sakina used to going to sleep without me being there." Sakina would follow her father at night, and Imam Husayn had to gently take her to her aunt Bibi Zainab or to her mum Bibi Rubab at Karbala. From the 7th Muharram, water became scarce. Sakina shared whatever little water she had with other children. When soon there was no water at all, the thirsty children would look at Sakina hopefully, and because she could not help them, she would have tears in her eyes. Sakina's lips were parched with thirst. On the Ashra day, she gave her mushk to Hazrat Abbas. He went to get water for her. The children gathered around Sakina with their little cups, knowing that as soon as Hazrat Abbas brought any water, Sakina would first make sure that they had some water before taking any herself. When Sakina saw Imam Husayn bringing the blood-drenched alam, she knew that her uncle Abbas had been killed. From that day on, Sakina never complained of thirst. Yes, Sakina never again asked anyone for water. Bibi Zainab would persuade her to take a few sips, but she herself would never ask for water and complain of thirst. Sakina always thought of the others first. She would console her mother on the death of her baby brother Ali Asghar, and when she saw any other lady or child weeping, Sakina would put her little arms around them. Then came the time when the earth shook and Sakina became an orphan. Sakina was crying for her father. Instead of comforting words, Shimo slapped Sakina's face and snatched her earrings from her ears. Blood poured from the little girl's ears. Surely they would stop now, but they did not. They set the fire on the tents. The ladies and children ran from one tent to another. Little Sakina's dress was on fire. All Sakina wanted was her dear father. She ran to the battlefield screaming, "Father, where are you? Father, Father, speak to me, Father." From the time when her loving dad, Imam Hussein, fell in the battlefield, Sakina forgot to smile. Gulfar saw her as a somber little girl lost in thought. Quite often she would sit up at night. When asked if she wanted anything, she would say, "I just heard the baby cry. Is it Asra? He must be calling out for me." Knowing that her weeping upset her mother, Sakina would cry silently and quickly wipe away her tears. In the prison in Sham, she would stare at the flock of birds flying to their nests and she would ask her aunt Bibi Zainab, "Will Sakina be going home just like those birds flying to their homes?" While in the palace of Yazid in Sham, Sakina woke up one night crying and screaming for her father. The women of the Ahlul Bayt who were with her began to cry too. It has been mentioned that Yazid woke up from his sleep due to the sound of the cries. After finding out what had happened, Yazid informed one of his servants to go and take the head of Imam al-Husayn, put it on a silver tray, cover it and deliver it to Sakina. The tray was put in front of Sakina, who saw her dad's head and cried so much missing him. Sakina fell asleep, a deep sleep. There was only the painful silence. Our fourth Imam walked up to where Sakina lay. He put his hand on her forehead. It was cold. He put his hand near the mouth and the nose. Sakina had stopped breathing. In between sobs, Imam Zainul Abidin said, "Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un." "My sister, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I could not do any more. I promise my hands were tied as I lay you in your grave all alone tonight. My sister, I'm sorry. Please forgive me." How was Sakina buried? Bibi Zainab held a still child as Imam Zainul Abidin dug a grave in the prison. As the grave was being filled up after the burial, the mother let out a scream. How could anyone console Bibi Rubab? What could they say? A mother who had lost a 6-month-old child, Asra, in Karbala, and now a beautiful daughter, Sakina, in the prison of Sham. They huddled around her, and the prison walls began to shake with the cry, "Ya Sakina, Ya Mazluma, Ya Sakina, Ya Mazluma." Bibi Rubab put her cheek on Sakina's grave and cried out, "Speak to me, Sakina. Only a word, my child. Speak to me." ألا نعلة الله على القوم الظالمين إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون.